Ok, estamos online. Continuando. Uma overlay bugada. Ok. Tudo ok aqui. Aparentemente. Vamos lá. Eu parei. Então morre.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
I'll kill it! Fuck! He's dead!
Giselle's stolen money. Prewen has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Each man his duty. Ours is to flush every hole without rapidly hiding the light.
Fine! I'll take it! Oh my god!
Morra, morra. Tá. Achei que eu tava no lugar errado. Por um segundo, achei que tava no lugar errado. Temos aqui. Só uma caixinha. Só uma caixinha.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Pra que tá ali então? Tem alguma mutreta nesse treco. Antes de sair apertando os bagulhos, né? Vamos dar uma olhada. Vamos dar uma olhada no que tem aí.
There must be a way to control the water level in this reservoir. I need to find the wheel.
É, tem que usar o bagulho lá.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Piorou? Dá pra subir? Ah, essa funciona então. Aquela ali. Ah, aquela ali tem que tá. Eu manjei. Manjei.
That gate should shut properly now.
Manjei, bruxa. Eu sou um cara que manja. O intuito disso que eu fiz é que eu não manjei. Eu tô perdendo. Talvez aquele botão que antes não funcionava. Nice. Tinha algo aqui. Sei. Four shillings. 4 shillings. A blood trail. E tem um vampiro espreitando.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name. Slow as a snail! Return to your apothecary and needles.
Fugiu, cagão.
I shall crush you.
Matei o bichão. É muito fácil esse modo história. E deprimente. Acho estranho ter um glitch esse bicho. Tem longe dele, né? Vou pegar a chave e não vi. Ah, não, tem dois portões. Ah, tá.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far.
Antes de seguir o trailer, vamos ver o que tem aqui em cima. Parece ser muita coisa. Vamos de volta ali. Perdeu o rastro da quest. Par de XP. Par de XP para gastar.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
are still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scowl.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Scowl. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages.
Basicamente a
says
favela
you
dos
are one to
vampiros.
trust.
Coitados. Pior que uma favela.
eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Hurry, London. I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time. Your spare little eyes, Hector. So sweet.
Tem pouco NPC pra falar.
We're at your mercy. Will you end
Your
us?
place is not here. Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander about some years back. It was unpleasant.
Conversar com ela de novo. Conseguir ela não dá. Show. Supremacy of Echoes.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. Oh, my body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
It's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Your room,
To see...
why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
Essa velha é chá de merda. Por que alguém transformaria ela numa vampira?
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well, then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest. Let me rest now. No more questions, Dr. Reed.
Go back to Sean.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
Faz isso. Queda de FPS. Não sei porquê.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Egon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
Show de arrows. Onde estão as setas? Alguém viu a seta? Eu ia lá por baixo. Talvez seja lá por baixo.
It's locked, all right.
Deve ser por aqui. Apesar de não haver seta nenhuma. Trancado.
It's locked. Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Ok. Quer conversa. Vai saber que benditas setas. Era pra seguir. Deve ter uma saída por algum lugar. Afinal, eu cheguei aqui, eu só não lembro por onde. Opa, que pode. Tem um hideout. Come mês. Não tem. Vamos fazer o upgrade ainda do machadinho. É, tem. Opa, então. Aquela 16. XP. Dá o dano da mordida, aumentar a regeneração. Aumentar a regeneração. 600 de XP. Sobrou 320. Acabo nem usando isso aqui. Ah, vamos gastar o XP aqui mesmo, foda-se. Foda-se a vida. Opa, não, peraí, volta. Confirmada, Max. Certo. Pra que eu continuo clicando ali pra você ver? É, aqui. Temos um hideout aqui. Vou achar a saída desse shithole. Dá uma seta no chão. Tá, foi daqui que eu vi, mas tá fechado.
I cannot enter.
Ela falou que ia bloquear. Pra ver alguma coisa no mapa, talvez. Nada muito claro. Vou sair pelo outro lado, talvez. Ah, achei a seta. Só que acho que não é subindo. Achei uma única seta. Aqui. Aqui, seu burro.
The vampire hunters will never find us. Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
It's locked, all right.
Ah, tem uma coisa clicável aqui. Aço! carnificina que fizeram aqui.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Eu posso transformar ele em vampiro. Eu posso matar ele. Eu posso não fazer nada. Sacrificar 500 XP.
I believe you, Sean. In fact, I envy the peace you found, and will remember it.
There is love and compassion in your heart. You only need to give it wings.
Thank you for your kind words, Sean. Continue your noble efforts. You are a good man in bad times.
Keep to the light, my friend. Like all my flock, you have a home here. Anytime you're in the neighborhood.
Ok, né? Ok. Aumentou o level de Mesmerize. Interessante. Na hora. Deixa eu só fazer uma coisa aqui. Como é que eu faço para mandar esse contato, esse treco? Não? Não é isso. Aqui. Volta. Volta. Compartilhar, achei. Ok. Tá, eu acho. Vou dar o dinheiro pra ela.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. 29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
You again? What do you want?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money, too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well... Thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop fooling yourself. You've never faced a vampire before. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
Well, we did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it. Just a suffering soul like you and me. I spared her.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
It was... She was a girl. Her body was a mess. I could see pus running from the deep wound. She was crying in pain.
You cared about her. That's what defines us as human, Ichabod.
Yes, but she was a truly evil creature. I'm haunted by the tragedies she caused ever since I spared her.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Mais perto do que tu imagina.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Ok, também. Completou. Não mostra lugar nenhum. Está um pôster que eu tinha que ter pronto. No idea. Leaders. Ah, é lá embaixo. Mostra ele mesmo. Não tem nenhuma pilha de pôster, nada.
It's locked, all right.
Eu posso queimar ou posso colar as coisas? Vamos colar os pôsteres do Caçador de Vampiro. É no mínimo. Como é que se diz assim? Fugiu a palavra. Eu poderia colar isso na parede. Ah, e se eu quiser queimar é aqui. E se eu quiser colar, como é que faz? Depende se eu chegar em qualquer parede que não tenha nada colado. Eu descobri como é que cola, eu vou tocar fogo mesmo, foda-se. Ah, saquei. Bom posto. Okay, fuckers. Come on, you fucker. Okay. 10 metros aqui.
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of vampires. What does that make me? A double or a triple agent?
O hipócrita. Okay.
That leech's fault!
Fucking asshole.
He's dead!
Nada no chão. Opa, tem mais um fucker aqui. Ai! Filho da puta.
Done. Mr. Throgmorton should be happy.
O vampiro panfleteiro. Peraí, cowboy. Opa, temos alguma coisa aqui.
Burn it, boys! You pay for that!
Vai teleportar lá. Tentar achar onde é que o cowboy tá para teleportar. Um lugar por aqui. Não, do outro lado. Ele tava na frente lá, então vai. É aqui.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything?
Ah, tá.
I put up your public service announcement. Consider the common folk warned about the vampiric presence.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You may not realize it, but you saved a great many lives today.
Do you really think they could be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Sean Hampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Aumentou a ventilação. Watts. Não tinha feito. É lá embaixo. Seguir pra frente.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Saúde.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
Isso aqui é collection, eu acho. Vou comprar e descobrir o que é. Ninguém respondeu. Está meio trancado. Vai te ajeitando aí. Sim, senhora. Tô terminando. tenho que pegar umas caixas de bebida. Acho que aqui não é o caminho. Opa. Five shields.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these parts.
Tem um portão ali, ó.
Look lively! It's on to us!
No drops. Acho que é dentro desse treco. No andar de cima.
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
Não era aqui. Ah não, o bar do cara é lá do outro lado. Ai, que burro. Tava perto do lugar pra atravessar. Que imbecil. Como eu sou burro. Pensa num cara burro. Aí bota mais um pouquinho. Encontrou o mero.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Ok. Senhores, obrigado por assistir. Eu preciso sair. Eu volto em aproximadamente umas 2 horas. E à noite, com certeza, eu tô aí por bastante tempo, então